The president-elect, Donald Trump, likes Nigel Farage. He has a good relationship with Nigel Farage. The UK government would be wise to seek the counsel of Nigel Farage for that very reason. We want a good, strong relationship with the United States. My personal feelings about Farage and reform aside, that's a good thing for the United Kingdom. And that's what the Labour government should be doing. They should be saying, put our personal feelings about Farage aside, what's best for the country? But they don't seem to be able to do that because the dislike they have from him, it is, again, a snobbery. They sneer at him, they look down at him because he supported Brexit and he was on the side of the British people with that particular argument, and they hate him for it. And they're going to bite their nose off to spite their face. It's going to harm this country for them not to embrace Nigel Farage and his relationship with President Donald Trump.
Breaking right now, the Chagos Islands may well be saved by Donald Trump. So as you'll know, Slippery Starmer and Uni Lamy might be prepared to hand over the British land to Mauritius in what I believe is a pathetic capitulation that could see the Falkland Islands follow. But in a world-exclusive revelation, The Independent has reported that Trump's transition team has now requested legal advice from the Pentagon over the agreement that handed the islands over. US government sources say Trump is looking to veto the deal, which is set to come into force after his inauguration in January. And Nigel Farage dropped this bombshell in Parliament.
Nigel Farage.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mauritius has no legal or historical claim to the sovereignty of a group of islands that are 1,300 miles away from where it is, nor does, from the International Court, it was purely an advisory opinion. There is no legal reason why we have to do any of this. Now, I warned the Foreign Secretary 6 weeks ago in this chamber that it was an enormous mistake to do this, given that we had a US presidential election coming up on November the 5th. And if you say to me, well, yes, it's okay, the United States are fully in favour, really? I can tell you that the incoming National Security Advisor, Mike Waltz, has form on this, right back to when the Right Honourable Member for Braintree was doing his best to give away the sovereignty of the Chagos Islands. Indeed, he wrote to Secretary of State Blinken at the time. There is, I can assure you, having been in America last week, knowing also the incoming Defence Secretary very well, there is outright hostility to this deal. Whatever is said about a lease agreement, as we saw with Hong Kong, these agreements can very, very easily be broken. Diego Garcia was described to me by a senior Trump advisor as the most important island on the planet as far as America was concerned. So you're going to find outright hostility. And by the way, when it comes to the Chagosian people, yes, of course, what happened to them was truly awful. They do not wish to live. They're unanimous in this. They do not wish to live under Mauritian rule. They want to live under British rule because they actually trust us. There is no basis for this agreement to continue as it is, and if you do, you'll be at conflict with a country without which we would be defenceless.
And as Chris Rose posted on X, Donald Trump will seek to veto Keir Starmer's Chagos Island deals. Good news, and I hope he succeeds, although it's embarrassing and pathetic that the UK has to rely on a foreign power to maintain its best interests. And Father Calvin Robinson, I feel deep shame about this, genuinely. I mean, incredible that Trump and the US administration are going to step in. But the fact that we have a prime minister and a foreign secretary that are such globalists, they just do not give a damn about handing over British territory. They will lie to the public about it. I just find it completely horrendous.
It's weak, it's pathetic, it's lame. The Mauritius stakes a claim and the United Kingdom goes, okay, take it, please. It's like, it's pathetic. When Argentina took a claim on the Falklands, Margaret Thatcher stood up and said, no, this is British territory. We need a prime minister that is strong, that says, no, this is part of our culture, part of our heritage, part of our sphere. In fact, we need a prime minister who's going to say, we're going to take back that land too. We want to grow the empire. We don't want to shrink it. And it's a great shame that we have to look to the big boy in the playground to have our back. Of course, we always have to do that these days. America is is our biggest ally, but it should be an ally. It shouldn't be our savior. We shouldn't need to say, America, please help us in this. That we should be strong enough ourselves. We need to grow our military force, grow our military might, get back to being on the world stage as a country that has sovereignty, has importance, and has some influence again. Let's stop leaning on and relying on the United States of America for everything. It just makes us look small, weak, lame, and pathetic.
Totally agree. Totally agree. And looking at those figures just there, Calvin, perhaps it's no surprise that Nigel Farage's popularity grows by the day. I know you have some issues with Nigel, which we've obviously discussed in depth in the past. In fact, I was speaking to a couple of his advisors last night who made it very clear that they were aware of your criticism of Reform UK. But let's just put that to one side for a moment, Father Calvin. Isn't the Labour administration in the UK, the Labour government in the UK, so crazy to just immediately dismiss Nigel Farage, laughing at him, treating him like he's a joke, when he is the guy who's been fed this information either by Trump directly or by allies within the Trump camp? Elon Musk has been posting on X, amplifying Farage's message a lot over the past 24 hours. And Farage can keep on ambushing the government now with stuff like this for the next 4 years. This episode is brought to you by Manscaped, the global leader in men's lifestyle and grooming. Now, every man knows the unbeatable feeling of a fresh barbershop shave. Now, what if I told you that you no longer had to wait weeks or even months between appointments to experience it? Introducing Manscaped's latest release, the Chairman Pro package. Now, this all-in-one set includes everything you need to recreate the luxury of a professional shave right at home. First up, we have the star of the show, the Chairman Pro Electric Foil Shaver. It isn't just any shaver, it comes with 2 interchangeable skin-safe blades. You have the skin-safe 4-blade foil for that close, smooth shave when you're looking to go completely clean, and the skin-safe stubble trimmer for when you want to keep a bit of that rugged look. Both heads are designed with skin-safe technology to help reduce razor burn and irritation so your skin feels smooth and comfortable after every shave, reducing redness or discomfort. A standout feature is the Flex Adjust technology, which ensures a superior shave by allowing both blades and the pivoting head to seamlessly adapt to the unique contours of your face. And here's something that's going to make the grooming routine even easier. It is completely waterproof. It's also powerful enough to tackle up to 5-day growth, making it perfect whether you're shaving every day or just tidying up after a few days. It also comes with a travel lock too. But that's not all. The package also includes the Power Shave Gel to get the ultimate wet shave experience. The non-irritating lubricating formula is made specifically to work with the Chairman Pro, and it is packed with skin-soothing ingredients. To finish off, we've got the Face Shave Soother. It's an aftershave serum, a total game changer, and it's designed to help reduce redness and defend against ingrown hairs and razor bumps. So get the Chairman Pro package today. Experience a shave that is as smooth as you deserve. It has everything you need to keep your face looking and feeling best, all in one box. So head over right now to www.manscaped.com. Join the over 11 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped. All you need to do is use the code Outspoken at checkout for 20% off and free shipping. So www.manscaped.com. Use the coupon code Outspoken. You'll get 20% off your entire order and free shipping. But now, back to the show.
The president-elect, Donald Trump, likes Nigel Farage. He has a good relationship with Nigel Farage. The UK government would be wise to seek the counsel of Nigel Farage for that very reason. We want a good, strong relationship with the United States. My personal feelings about Farage and reform aside, that's a good thing for the United Kingdom. And that's what the Labour government should be doing. They should be saying, put our personal feelings about Farage aside, what's best for the country? But they don't seem to be able to do that because the dislike they have from him, it is, again, a snobbery. They sneer at him, they look down at him because he supported Brexit and he was on the side of the British people with that particular argument, and they hate him for it. And they're going to bite their nose off to spite their face. It's going to harm this country for them not to embrace Nigel Farage and his relationship with President Donald Trump.
It is. No, I actually think they're making a big mistake. And again, I know the right's very divided on this, but Trump is going to make Nigel Farage entering Downing Street more likely rather than less likely. I know there's a lot that still has to happen. Seriously, Calvin. I mean, come on. I've been so unimpressed by the start of Kemi Badenoch as Conservative Party leader. She was incredibly weak in PMQs this week. I will give her a chance, but her appointments are wet and weak. And Labour is not going to be re-elected in 2029. There's absolutely no way. So I still think the most realistic possibility is Nigel Farage as Prime Minister.
But his appointments are just as wet and weak as the Conservative Party's. Take Richard Tice, for example. Nice enough chap, but he's been out this week fighting for euthanasia, for assisted suicide, when most of the British public is against it. He takes the wrong argument every single time. Just as over COVID, he was in favour of medical mandates, the forced vaccine upon people. It's like, these appointments are not great. And then you've got Ben Habib, who is great, and they remove him.
Bill, sorry to interrupt, Father, but on the assisted dying bill, just to clarify, that is not a Reform UK position, is it? That's Richard making a personal conscience vote.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's the people. It's a party of like 5 people. And if one of the key figures, who was the former leader of the party, is saying, yeah, I'm for this, that says a lot about the party. Whether it's an official party stance or not makes no difference, because they're not the party of government. So they're not going to be able to push it through. Each person is going to be able to vote. It's all a great shame that they keep making these fumbles, just as when Farage was against mass deportation. They've got to be strong. They've got to be firm. If they do, like Donald Trump did, they've got a chance of storming it. But we've also got to look at the history of this country. In the history of this country, which parties have been elected? The Conservative Party, former Tory Party, the Liberal Party, former Whigs, and the Labour Party. They are the 3 parties of government as far back as you can see. It would take something momentous, really momentous, to see us break through that 2-party system that is on a cycle of 3 different parties.
I just think it's going to happen. I just think it is going to happen because I think Marine Le Pen will be president of France. I mean, look, maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe I'll be proven wrong. Maybe the Conservative Party will do something to try and win us back. But personally, I see a political revolution coming, and I think Nigel Farage is the best placed to benefit from that. But look, the jury is out. It could be a new movement. It could be Jeremy Clarkson. It could be Tommy Robinson. Who knows? Maybe it's Father Calvin Robinson. But revolution is coming.
Thank you so much for watching Dan Wootton Outspoken. Please click on my face just to the bottom left to subscribe to this brand new independent news source and turn on the notification bell so you'll be alerted to our brand new live shows, uncancelled interviews, and special royal episodes. Outspoken is also now available as a podcast, so you can listen to the show every weekday on the go, wherever you are.